Hello, good morning, happy Saturday. My name is Truth and I'm here to share a little bit about channeling and what my perspective is on channeling and to be in a channeling about channeling. I was coming on live for a bit to share some beautiful messages about intimacy, but I'll just set the playing field now for the work that I've been doing lately. Has been specifically surrounding awakening and coming into a higher level of awareness of ourselves. And through that, I'm being guided right now to come on every Saturday around 11 a.m. and share a particular message about a myriad of topics, but all surrounding heart expansion, awakening, anchoring into ourselves, loving ourselves, how to be a human in this crazy world, etc. So today I picked channeling because I've been hanging out with some friends, and hi Haley, oh, nice to see you, loving you from here, and bless you. And anyway, so I have a lot of friends that channel, and I consider myself a channel, and I had a conversation with some people yesterday, the day before yesterday, about channeling. And so there's all these different perspectives I see surrounding what is channeling, what is a channel, la 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 la. And I had an experience yesterday that evoked this again. And so for me, in my perspective, I see us as all being interconnected. We are all interconnected. And so from that place of interconnection, we have what I call the collective mind. So if we are all interconnected, there's this collective mind. So the information that I bring through in my channeling is no different than the information that someone else could potentially bring through. The only difference is that I'm using my life experience and my filters and the sort of flavor of my life experiences kind of coats and penetrates whatever message comes through. So I could be with a friend and we could be getting the same message and we can communicate the same message, but the way it sounds is going to be different. The texture of our voice is different, and maybe the way we move our body is different, but the message and essence is still the same. And so with channeling, I have this perspective that everyone is a channel. Everyone's a channel. We are these divine instruments of sort of radio, poles, radio, telephone, whatever, radio poles. That's how I'm going to describe it, but I think you know what I mean. We are like these radio poles picking up all kinds of signals all over the place in every moment. I mean, if you're an empathic person or what you consider an empath even, you're picking up people's energy all over. You're feeling all sorts of things in every single moment. And I am also someone that is considered an empath, and I just take that as I am consciously aware of the fact that I am sensitive and not take on as it's my own, but take on in a sense feeling the energy of others. And no one's on the video right now, so I'm going to keep going. Channeling. We are all picking up information in every single moment. Every single moment we are able, whether or not we realize it, to access an infinite amount of information. Channels are people who consider themselves to be receivers of messages. Now, there's different kinds of channels. For instance, my mentor is an extraterrestrial channel. She channels extraterrestrials and she gives it a specific texture. Extraterrestrials is what she channels. I am a channel, and my perspective is that I channel myself. I channel the wisdom that I have accumulated through lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, whether or not on this planet, whether or not on other planets, but I'm channeling myself. So when I channel, I have this sense that it's coming from within me, coming through me in this way. Other people describe it, they're channeling, and it's coming in this way and out this way. So there's all kinds of different textures on channeling. The point is, that another friend of mine was sharing about how they wrote several books. When they were earlier in their life, they wrote several books. And these books were about quantum physics and about the way that light moves in relationship to sequencing and quantum physics, right? And they said they channeled this book. They didn't experience it as extraterrestrials coming through them. They didn't experience it as some other being coming through them. They experienced it as every day waking up and feeling this pull to write, and just writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. That's channeling. We all have some way that we channel the infinite source of life. Whether it's I'm channeling extraterrestrials, whether it's I'm writing this book and it's just pouring through me, whether it's I'm getting on this Facebook Live video and I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna say, who's coming on, it doesn't matter, but I'm just talking and it's coming through me. One thing I do notice about channeling is it's different than using our intellectual minds to come up with a solution. So it's different than I'm going to sit here and I'm going to think and come up with a solution and think what I've noticed. Take it or leave it, because it's just my perspective, is that there's this texture of channeling where it's a flow. It's flowing through. Whether that's painting, whether there's beautiful works of art that you paint and they just come out, that's channeling. Whether or not you're sitting and pulling in what you would consider higher dimensional information to share with people, channeling. Whether or not there's this novel that needs to be written and it's coming through you and you have to write it, channeling. The point is that we are all divine instruments here to share our gifts with the world. Whether or not that gift is painting, singing, dancing, coloring, writing, talking to a friend for 5 hours and giving them the exact advice that they needed in that moment. We are all divine instruments and we all have access to the same information. However, we express it differently. And so I encourage you, if there's something that wants to come through you and you're afraid and you're nervous and you're terrified and you don't know whether it's true, you don't know whether or not people are going to make you feel wrong about it, you don't know whether or not what you're saying has any validity, I encourage you to allow whatever it is that's wanting to come through you, whether or not you know what it is or not, to flow. There's no wrong way to do it. There's no wrong way to be a human. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, but I am being and radiating the authentic expression that's coming through me in every moment, because that's all I can do. And I do my best not to judge it and criticize it and, make some crazy idea about what it is I'm doing, because it's just flowing and the past has already happened and the future has not yet happened. So I get to express myself and then let it go. I'm not sure who's on right now, but I'm scooting up to check. How do I... Okay, so Facebook is a beautiful tool, and Haley is on here. Well, it is Saturday. Saturday? Yes, it's Saturday. And I'm so glad to be on here, even though I have no idea who's going to watch this. And I have no idea other than Haley who's been on here. The whole point of me saying that is that there's no point. there's anything that anyone who's watching this video feels called to share with me at any point, please reach out. The work that I do is multidimensional in nature, but I'm a transformational facilitator. So I hold spaces and facilitate spaces for people to experience actual transformation in their lives. And I do that through shamanic integrative body work. I do that through deep, deep integrative coaching and mentorship. And I also do that through holding ceremony space. And there's a myriad of other ways in which I, hold space for transformation, but those are some of the primary ways that I've been called to do it in the recent past. And always obviously open to more ways that that's flowing through me. But if you have any call to work with me, those are some of the ways that I show up and can support you. And I love all of you guys, whether or not you're in California, whether or not you're across the country, whether or not I get to see you face to face. I know that we are all connected, and I feel the connection to all of you, whether or not I see you face to face. And I know that a lot of stuff is happening right now on the planet, in the sense that a lot of us, from what I've noticed and in my own personal life, are going through these huge transformations. And whether or not there's a subtle way that appears in our life, or whether or not that's extreme, or whether or not we want to admit that we're having these changes and these challenges, or whether or not we are admitting it, it doesn't matter. I know that there's a huge shift happening. And so I'm holding an intention and a prayer that everyone who's watching this video understands deeply that they are held and they are supported and they are carried in love through the experiences that are challenging. And I pray that we all remember our divinity within the humanness, so that they are one and they are whole and they are integrated. Thank you. And leading a cacao ceremony this evening. If you're in San Diego and you'd like to participate in cacao ceremonies, let me know. Loving you guys. Bless you, and happy Saturday. Boop, 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 boop. I'm just enjoying now because I'm in my place in Fallbrook, and it's nice to see faces on this live interweb conference device. Okay, loving you guys. Bye.